Hey there my friends and fellow pilots, thanks a lot once again for tuning in. If you have ever struggled before how to find a thermal and especially how to even feel that you are inside a thermal or even circle it in such a manner to find its core, stay tuned, watch this video entirely as I am going to show you how to do so. Let's roll that clip.
Look at this, guys!
Okay, so I prepared today some slides that I'm going to show you right now and are going to visualize for you a thermal, how to feel that you have entered one, and especially how to stay inside of it. These red arrows are representing the hot air that goes up. So a thermal is basically nothing else but just a hot column of air that rises up through its surrounding downgoing cooler air. Let's assume that you have a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius at 0 meters AMSL. The higher you go, once you, let's say, reach 500 meters, the air is just going to measure 25 degrees Celsius. So that means it lost or it cooled down 1 degree Celsius per 100 meters. At 1000 meters is going to have 20 degrees Celsius, at 1500 meters 15, at 2000 meters 10 degrees Celsius, and so on. If you would have a temperature gradient like this every day, you can say you would have thermal weather every time and you would enjoy yourself a lot. Of course, there are also days when the temperature gradient is just 0.5 degrees per 100 meters or just 0.3 degrees per 100 meters. And that's not strong thermal at all. It's maybe just to barely keep yourself up in the air. There are also days where the temperature difference per 100 meters is 1.5 degrees. And that's a very nice thermal active day. Now let's jump to the next slide. Let's assume that you want to fly in this direction into the thermal. Of course, you cannot see it, or you want to fly in this direction. I'm going to come to this part in the next slide. So the green edges of the thermal are the weakest ones. You can barely feel, okay, I got a pull to the left or to the right, or I kinda feel as if I am coming into a thermal, right? The blue one is supposed to represent a higher climb rate. Not very strong, maybe 1 meter per second or 1.5 meters per second, which is still a steady, nice climb rate. So the dark part might also show you 2.5 meters per second, which is already a nice, decent climb rate. And the red one is the core, which is the sweet point, the sweet honey point that we all want to reach, which can have 4, 5, 6 meters per second. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So this slide is showing you a thermal in its width and strength, and just for the purposes of this explanation I have chosen 200 meters, 400, 600, 800 and 1000. Let's say you are going to hit a thermal which is weak and is pretty tight. It's very hard and challenging to be able to center such a weak thermal. Once you achieve to center a weak low thermal, you have very good chances to reach a stronger one and to stay in the center of it and go higher and higher. And the higher you go, the easier it is for you to stay in the thermal because it's getting stronger and wider. As you see, it's going to be broader and also much easier to center. So that means you are going to be able to make wider turns and not very tight. So the higher you go in a thermal, the easier it is to stay inside of it. Even though you might not stay exactly in the middle of it, you can still make wider turns and not so tight that you're losing a lot of altitude. A thermal, as higher as it gets, it doesn't necessarily have to be stronger and wider. It can also be smooth and also wide, which is like broad, right? It's a lot of playground up here that you can use and still rise up in the thermal in comparison to the one that is very low, where it's very tight and it's hard to center. What I'm trying to explain to you with this slide is that, assuming that you fly in this direction, right? This is your wing, and you feel a pull to the right tip of your wing. You are going to be pulled in this direction up, like that, and this one goes a bit lower. So you feel like a yank, and that's actually where the thermal is. So the next thing that you should do is definitely, first of all, not pull immediately into the thermal. Your instinct is going to be like, okay, pull now to the right. No, first wait, and once you feel nothing anymore, that no difference happened, no difference occurred, now you can actually decide, okay, I'm going to pull now to the left. So I'm not advising you to pull directly as soon as you feel something like a yank on your right side or on your left side. You shouldn't pull immediately in this direction, but you should wait first. So fly first forward, and then when you feel that nothing happened, just go to the right again. You are definitely going to hit the thermal once again. Now I'm going to show you this one from this perspective. Assuming that you are now flying in this direction, let's say you are minding your own business and you fly in this direction and you find nothing, no lift. All of a sudden you feel a yank on your right side. You continue flying straight, and you feel nothing anymore. So what are you going to do next? Of course, you don't pull to the left, because it makes no sense. You felt the thermal to the right tip of your wing. So now you continue flying and then you pull to the right. Now you are going to feel again some, in this case, again, don't do nothing, continue flying. Now you are going to hit the stronger part of the thermal, and of course, once you hit a stronger part of the thermal, you don't have to pull in no direction anymore. Just wait and see first what happens. If you continue to climb, just don't do nothing. So obviously, if you continue going in this direction, you are going to reach the thermal. Let's assume that you fly in this direction and now you pull to the left, like I said before, but you pull too much and you make a too tight turn and you fall back out of it. Continue flying a bit, you notice, okay, nothing happens, you know that it pulled to the right, now go back to the right. And now, because you are smarter than before, continue to fly straight forward. And you are going to feel again climb, you are going to climb once again. So if you continue flying like this and you decide to pull back to the left, you are going now to come again in the 0.5 or 1 meter per second climb rate. So if you feel that you drop now, just continue pulling to the right once again. You are also going to have a visualization on your GPS, on your Vario. So you continue turning back to the right. You are going to hit the stronger part of the thermal. And if you continue doing your circles, now you hit again the lower part of the thermal, which is the 2 meters per second. And again, you know that you have been already in the darker one, in the stronger part of the thermal. So it makes no sense for you now to continue. If you feel that you fell out of it, if you see you have a lower climb rate, of course you're not going to come out and just continue flying forward. That would be a mistake. But you continue pulling back to the right in your direction that you have been before. So now you are going to hit the center of the thermal, but you don't know yet that you are inside, even though you have a higher climb rate. So what you do, you pull again to the left, and eventually you are going to find the middle, and that's how it's done. Another example, let's say you are flying in this direction like this, you hit the thermal, you don't know yet how strong it is, you continue flying, you hit it even harder, continue, you hit it again where it's a lower climb rate, and you come out of it. You do the same game, you are just going now to continue flying like this, so you turn left until you hit back the thermal. Now you're not going to know exactly where the thermal is, so you're going to fall out of it, then you tighten your turns until you hit once again, and once again, and once again, until you find that you have a stronger climb rate. You should try first, and a very important rule, like I said, don't pull immediately. Once you feel a bit lift, don't go in that direction immediately. So in order for you to understand, maybe much easier, on how that works or might sound, here are some examples with different climb rates and thermals. One last note. Practice, practice, practice. If you have already reached so far in this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a big thumbs up, and as well click on that notification bell to be every time notified when I am uploading something new. And as always, fly with passion, stay safe, and see you in the next one. Bye.